Hello. First, I want to start by saying that I feel a little bit cheeky about the title that I used for this video. I feel a little bit provocative. um, but I really want to talk about it. I really desire to talk to you about this idea that anything, any one thing, could really truly heal us for the rest of our lives. And I say this as someone who works in that field, I guess, people come to me. I literally run something that I call a healing circle. And I am still doing this video to call bullshit on the idea that any one thing can heal you. And I've seen amazing, profound, and I've experienced it myself, amazing, profound, life-changing healings. I've seen it in my clients, in the circles that they attend. I've had it myself where I'm like, oh my God, I'm not the same person, I just feel so changed and so healed. And then the next layer arises. It's just always been the case. Or for example, one of my clients could come to a healing circle and have this huge experience, and then the next time they come and they're like seeing deeper, subtle layers around a similar thing. So I believe that the idea that like any one thing will heal us for the rest of our lives leads us to always be seeking, always looking for the one thing. It's basically like that will save us from ourselves. Like, like, and you see the is it dichotomy? The problem is in the very way that like we're looking for the solution, as in who are we running from? Like, and what are we running from? Are we trying to heal ourselves out of living like this human experience? We're not going to. So the very like seeking is hurting us. And yeah, I really noticed it after the last healing circle that I hosted, and decided to be more honest about what I'm truly offering and living myself, and what I feel truly works. And that is moving away from seeking one thing that can heal, and instead embracing a healing way of living. A healing way of living. Oh. So what do I mean by that? I guess what I mean is a way of living where we're listening to our truth and connected to our truth. And when I say truth, of course, I mean intuition, spirit. I trust that our truth and what spirit guides us to is the truth that serves others as well. So that's kind of already taken into account. That we're listening to that as much as possible all the way along, and trusting in that journey, trusting that it's the journey that our soul desired when it chose to come here, trusting that we will have the healing that is true for us in any moment. Letting it unfold, embracing like each new layer, as in, yeah, you can be like, oh, I feel pissed off that I'm back here again. I thought I'd broken through this program. I mean, like, hands up who has ever thought that. Oh man. Or you can be excited about the next like layers that are unfolding. can you imagine what it would be like if we were fully done for the rest of our lives? Like, I enjoy healing and discovering more about my true self as I go along in life, and I would be bored and kind of over being here, I think, if there was nothing left to learn and to discover. So I feel like we're not meant to be. And my teacher actually, I think I remember her saying, her name is Jennifer Miller, and I remember her saying, like, if we were done, we wouldn't be here. And the time I really hated it, but I feel like I'm finally getting to a place of embracing it, embracing the truth that, like, we will be healing and learning and growing and discovering for the rest of our lives, and we would be bored and stagnant if we weren't. And generally, what I've discovered in myself and in my clients is that if what am I trying to say, there's like, if there's a place in us that's like, no, I have to do it now, it's linked to, it can be linked to feeling scared that we won't be loved or safe or something like that, if we're not already fully healed, that we aren't lovable just as we are, as like growing and evolving human beings. That makes me feel sad when I think of that. And the places inside of myself where I'm still holding that, you know. And I am a huge advocate for purification and committing to our healing, and really desiring to be cleaned out, and not like saying we can teach something when we haven't actually done the work to embody it, things like that. Like, I'm a huge advocate for like depth and training and devotion and purification in an industry that is often like, they think you can do like 1 week course and go off and teach stuff. I'm not into that, and I still don't think that you need to be fully healed. You can't be. But I definitely don't think you need to be fully healed to teach something or do something well or offer your gifts to the world. Or, I mean, literally, like, no one would be offering anything in the world if that was the case. So yeah, and the other point that I really desire to make around this is why I am so passionate about intuition and listening to spirit, because I feel like there is nothing else that we can truly know, or no rules we can live by, or nothing we can be truly like done in, except, and not that we can be done in this, but I guess I feel like there's no one thing that can heal us. Yes, this is much more clear. There is no one thing that can heal us, but our intuition and listening to spirit is the one thing we can listen to along the way to live a healing way, to live in a way that continually heals and nourishes and brings us closer to ourselves, versus leaving ourselves for the rest of the world. So it's like no one practice to help you connect to your intuition, no one emotional tool, no amount of money, no like one specific healing tool or form of psychology or therapist or event or coaching package is going to heal us for the rest of our lives. The only one thing that we can hold on to, and we can learn this in many different ways from many different teachers, and we'll be taught about this for the rest of our lives, but the one thing that we can hold on to is listening to the truth of ourselves, coming back to the truth of ourselves as we live our lives. That is healing in a world that tells us to run from ourselves, to believe everyone other than us, that tries to disconnect us from nature and ourselves and profit of that disconnect. To listen to our intuition, to our hearts, to our bodies, to the love that moves through us is healing and unfortunately revolutionary. And seeking almost anything else, I feel, is just a part of the problem and a part of the hurt and a part of the feeling like we're never going to get there. But this dance of loving spirit, loving ourselves, loving life, being in this love affair with life itself and with the divine as we are in our human form, and there's like this co-creation. We're like, oh spirit, like you're talking to me through this person, or my intuition I feel is guiding me this way and I'm terrified by it, and like it's the next step, you know. Really enjoying that dance is, I feel like the greatest thing that we can kind of hope for. Not to get out of life. Like, are we trying to heal to get out of life? Like, it's always going to hurt when we lose people we love, and death is a part of life. Like, there is no getting out of hurting. There is no getting out of like challenge and adversity. But there is the potential to embrace this dance with spirit in our human form for the rest of our lives, in every moment. I like, and truly I can say I don't do that every moment, but I can say that I've seen glimpses of it even in the hardest places. Like having, just heard that my younger brother had passed away, and not just in that moment, but like by that night or the next day, feeling like, oh fuck, I can feel some kind of like divine perfection in this, and I can see love pouring through even in this incredible pain. So there is a way that we can be listening to spirit and to life through all of it, that allows us to step into this like healing place no matter where we are. And I feel like, and I'm still learning this, and I'm still choosing this, and obviously I am still healing towards this. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like that is at least where I want to go, to a healing way of living, to a joyful dance with spirit and with life, and not trying to have already healed or find the one thing that saves me from myself and life. I think that's just gonna hurt. I know it just hurts because I've done it. I feel like motherhood is, and probably the passing of my brother has softened me like that. So I would love to hear how you feel as you listen, and how does it feel to hear someone else say, like, I don't think we're just going to heal once. Like, I just don't think there is anything that is going to save us from this, and I don't actually think that's the point. How does it feel to hear someone else hear someone else say that? Like, does this feel like another healing piece on your journey, just to be able to relax into life and not try to avoid it or run from it or change it or yourself? I'd love to hear how you felt as you listened. I'm sending you so much love. Thanks for being here.